It's here on Midwest Access. We hope you're having a great day. We have a lot in store for you today here on the show. As you can see, there's some stuff being set up behind me. We're going to tell you about a big event coming up in the Rochester area. We are also going to do a little horseback riding and give you some cooking tips as well. Our Nick Jansen, Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen, is here as well, joining us on this beautiful Wednesday. How are you?
Good. A little warmer today than it was yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit warmer.
Just a little bit.
And a few days ago, it was even colder yet, so
hey,
nice.
A few days from now, it'll be even warmer.
Yes, so that's good to hear as well. Wasn't too bad. I was actually in Faribault this morning working on a story that you'll see down the road a little bit, but a beautiful day, really. Not too bad. Just put on a jacket.
Yeah, I mean, it is late October. So, but it'd be nice just to have tomorrow will just be a seasonal day.
Okay.
And I don't think we've had just like an average weather day in like the past maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to just kind of have a smooth sailing day.
Looking forward to that. If you caught the show yesterday, we were actually in Harmony. We had a good time. So much fun.
Small towns in Minnesota are unbelievable, aren't they? I mean, you and I, we just had fun.
We did some spelunking.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We were talking about that, weren't we? What if the viewer at home doesn't know, what does that mean?
Oh, spelunking is cave hunting, I guess, looking at caves.
I didn't know that. You just like pulled that out of left field yesterday, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of spelunking because whenever you hear a funny word, you know, like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna remember this one.
The distillery that we went to.
Harmony Spirits. That was a great stop as well. A great location if you're ever looking for just a fun stop outside of Rochester to sit down and have a drink. Yes.
Yeah, nice little patio there.
And then of course Monster Bash. Taking place there in Harmony as well. A big hit for that community. I think we put that it was at the high school. It's not at the high school. They have their own building there in Harmony, and these are some of the actors, kids in school. They can actually earn credit to partake in the haunted house.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too, that theater kids, and then they have a bunch of makeup on. They're not just, it's not just people running around in masks. It's a whole charade that they have out there. It's pretty neat.
So nice of them to take time out of their day to visit with us and show off some of it, because they were all done up in makeup yesterday.
Really were,
So it was cool to see them. And we went to the movie theater as well.
Oh yeah, the movie theater. Yeah,
the Gem.
They have everything.
Such a cool little town. If you haven't checked out Harmony, we also were at the Wyckoff Jail. We had a little story on the jail that you can stay in. You can Airbnb it.
So what do you think?
If you'd like.
So
I would never.
You wouldn't?
No.
I think I'd probably try it.
It has so many reviews that it is popular. People are doing it. I think it'd be fun if maybe with some kids, you know, if you had kids or something, kind of a unique little vacation.
They get in trouble. Maybe the kids are in trouble. And you say, all right, we're going to the jail cell.
Going to jail. So it was so much fun, and we hope to do a few more of those shows down the road because it's really fun to get out in your communities. If you have any good ideas for us, you can message us, MidwestAccess@KTTC.com. Send us an email. I'll probably respond to you. So it's usually me that's checking that email inbox, or my producer, Victoria. So we'll get back to you because we love doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it was fun. I think you and I both said that afterwards. So we'd like to do this a little bit more often and get out and just see what some of these small towns in Minnesota or Iowa have to offer.
Yeah, so it's really cool to check out the caves. One big thing that's happening today, it is the Timberwolves opener at home at Target Center. Yes, they are taking on the Thunder. So NBA basketball, the regular season is underway starting tonight. So Timberwolves fans, I know, are excited for the opener this evening.
And speaking of, the ALCS starts tonight.
This didn't have anything to do with basketball, Nick, but yes, the Yankees did win.
I wanted to get the Yankees.
The Yankees did win, so Nick is excited, so we can cheer on the Yankees as they compete in the ALCS.
I don't think you guys are cheering on the Yankees.
No, we're not. Okay. Let's talk about weather.
We'll talk about weather. We'll look at our fall color report. Most areas are pretty close to 75 to 100% with that fall color changing over. So this weekend, I think, fantastic weekend. Friday, Saturday, and most of Sunday to get outside and enjoy some of those fall colors that Minnesota and Iowa have to offer. We'll look outside right now, loosen out of live cameras. We still have some overcast skies, so some peaks of sunshine here today. Temperatures warming up into the middle 40s, warmer today than what we were the past several days. Wind chills into the lower 40s. Winds are still strong out of the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. Temperatures right now mid-40s continue. We look at those wind speeds. Now, they will slowly shift the next couple of days to more of a southwesterly breeze, which will help our temperatures. Just some high-level clouds here. No rainfall expected, at least through the next couple of days. We still have that pesky upper-level low that is spinning just north of the Great Lakes region. That low finally moves out of the area, and we'll warm our temperatures up the next couple of days. Temps tonight still cold, lower 30s, just not into the 20s like the past several nights. 60s and 70s on the way for the weekend. We'll detail that coming up. Your full forecast. Kamie?
Hey, we have our favorite plaid cooking queen. She's here, Sherry Mukherjee. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's always great to have Sherry in-house with us. She was on MasterChef. She was a contestant on season 10. What did you end up? Tied for 5th? Is that how it's considered? Okay, tied for 5th. So we are so lucky to have her in our community, and she has some tips for us today. What are we doing today?
Today, I'm going to teach you quick pickling.
Okay.
Quick pickling is one of my favorite techniques. It is something every home cook can do to really elevate their cuisine. If you're cooking at home and you're always wondering, like, why does this not quite taste like the restaurants? The simple answer is acid. And a quick pickle is a really fun and easy way to get that acid into your food.
So you have something that's very popular this time of year, apples.
Yes. So today I'm going to show you pickled apples, but here, these are pickled red onions, and they are gorgeous. That deep red color is completely natural, and it's just the reaction between the onion and the vinegar. It turns them pink.
Okay.
So it's really cool. So today we're going to use these Granny Smith apples. I mean, we're all going to the orchards, right? So what's something else we can do with them aside from like pies and applesauce? So this is a really fun one. We're just going to easily chop this. And what I like to do is kind of square off the apple just for safety. Got to get that seed out. We don't want that. And so what that means is you're just going to kind of, and it'll help give our apple kind of a uniform shape.
Okay.
Cutting off these bits. These are the chef's treats. That's what I always say. Now you can easily stand this on your cutting board.
So that's where the safety piece
Yes,
comes in.
and be very careful when you cut this. So I like to kind of pinch it, know where your fingers are at all times, and run that knife right through there. We're just making some horizontal slits into this. Maybe about 1/8 of an inch thick, pretty small. And the top, I always like to cut that little bit off the top. Again, chef's treat, but also this helps with the cutting. Your knife kind of, it doesn't struggle, but if your knife isn't really sharp, it's not gonna go through that so easily. So then we just line the apples up with our knife, and we're just going to julienne. So this is what julienne means. It means we're cutting them into these little strips. If you can see.
There you go, that way,
These little strips right here.
Okay.
So we're just going to simply julienne this. Now, if you have a mandolin at home and you feel really comfortable with it and you feel safe, use the guard. You could do that to get really uniform cuts, but we're not cooking for Gordon Ramsay today, so knife skills don't have to be completely precise, right?
Perfect.
Just watch your fingers. That is the main thing, especially when you get towards the end. If they start to slide or you feel uncomfortable, that's okay. Just set it aside. Again, your treat, your kids' treat.
So you're always in the kitchen cooking. How often do you sharpen your knives?
You know, I don't sharpen them enough. I don't think most people sharpen them enough. I probably should do it a lot more than what I do. I do it like a real good sharpening maybe once a month.
Okay.
So, you know, after I wash them, typically we'll run them through the little kitchen sharpener, but not a good sharpen. I don't do it enough. It should easily cut through. It should slide through your vegetables. It's just a safety thing, too. If your knife is dull, you're going to hurt yourself. You don't want that to happen.
So why are we deciding to cut them this way?
So you can do slices if you want, but
I mean, this small is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the julienne I really like because it works great in salads. You can use these to top tacos. You can use these for almost anything. If you have the big slices, sometimes it's too much pickle. So again, it's about a little bit of restraint too. Now this is great mixed in with like Brussels sprout salad for, you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. Or you could use these mixed in with, if you're making pork or carnitas, these are a great topping for that. So you're going to julienne your apple, and we're just going to do one apple. I typically like to do two, but I am going to show you the brine now. The brine is really quick. So stovetop on, 3/4 cup of water. And then we're going to add in 1/2 cup of sugar. Basically, we just want the sugar to disintegrate.
Okay, so 1/2 cup for the one apple?
Yeah, well, it'll be for 2 apples. So this is a brine. This is a brine. So you're not going to actually like eat it all. So then we're going to do
that's
one.
A lot of sugar, but
it is, but it's a brine. You can keep adding vegetables to this too. So it's reusable a little bit. It lasts, you know, in the refrigerator, it's going to last probably a good month.
Okay.
The brine will. The fruit you're going to want to consume within about 2 weeks.
Okay.
So 1 cup of apple cider vinegar I'm using. I like my pickles to be a little bit punchy. If you like them to be a little bit less acidic, you can use something like a champagne vinegar or a rice wine vinegar here. If you like them really in your face punchy, just like a distilled vinegar works fine too. You want to stay away from balsamic vinegars and that sort of thing though. All right, so give that a stir.
I think it smells so good.
It is. It smells like fall, right?
Vinegar smells so good, yes.
Next, we're going to add in about a teaspoon of salt. Fun fact, if you pour spices in your hand like this, it always equals a teaspoon.
Really?
Always. No matter whose hand you use, that little divot in your hand is a teaspoon.
Wow.
So if you don't have measuring spoons, there's your trick.
Okay.
Now, to this, we're going to add some pickling spices or just spices, whatever you like. Because I'm doing the pickles, the apple pickles, I'm going to do like some cardamom, some warming spices. If I'm doing smaller spices for like these onions, what I do is I grab one of these tea strainers. I don't want little mustard seeds. These are real tiny. You don't want to get these stuck in your teeth. Sometimes they don't look good in your food. So I put those spices in like a tea strainer, and this goes right into this. But today, we're not going to use the mustard seeds. We're just going to use some whole cloves. Again, just filling up that little part of my hand. We're not going to, you don't have to be like,
precise.
Yeah, no precision needed. Some whole cardamom. This is green cardamom. Now, you can buy these spices at your grocery store, but I really recommend, this is cinnamon stick, purchasing them from the co-op if it's something that you don't think you're going to eat very often or use very often, or it's new to you, because at the co-op you can buy them in bulk. So you can buy a teaspoon if that's all you need. It's a great way to figure out if it's something you're going to like.
Yeah.
Black peppercorns, just going right in. This is fennel seed. I'm going to skip that today, but we are going to add a little bit of star anise. And mine, unfortunately, is all broken, so you don't get one of those pretty pieces that look like a star. All right, we're just going to give this a few stirs, and our brine is almost ready. As soon as that sugar goes into the vinegar and you can't see it anymore, your brine is done. We don't want to bring it to a boil, nothing like that.
Okay.
So it's quick.
Yeah.
It's really a quick
And this is something you mentioned, you learned a lot about pickling on MasterChef.
Yes. Before MasterChef, I did not cook with acid much, like most home cooks. We just didn't. And this is one thing I really learned, was adding that little punch of acid really elevated the food. So whether I was making a taco or a piece of fish or even a steak, we did pickled mushrooms with a steak. You can really elevate that food up a notch.
Okay.
So I'm going to even show you. So now at this point, what you would do with this brine is it would go into a jar. And then our apples would go in. Ideally, you would cool the brine, because otherwise your apples are going to cook. They'll get a little bit mushy. Today we don't have time for that, but I'm going to show you another technique.
A fancy way. Anytime anyone pulls one of those up, what is that thing called?
This is a siphon.
Okay, those things are intimidating on many cooking shows.
Yes.
From what I've seen.
So the cool thing about this is, now this quick pickle, once we put the brine in the jar, the apples in the brine, it's going to take about a day before the apples really pick up the flavor of this brine. On the other hand, if you're in a pinch and you have one of these sitting around, I know most people don't, but if you're a home cook looking to elevate your game, this is a really fun tool. This is what you can do. So you take the apple, we're gonna compress this, and it's going, or pressurize it, excuse me, and it's going to put all that flavor into this apple in less than a minute.
So
it's that quick.
A quicker pickle.
Yes. And I used this technique on MasterChef all the time.
I don't understand how it works.
So we're going to be pressurizing. This creates like a vacuum chamber inside with gas, okay? And then it pushes that flavor into the food. So it's great for ceviches. It's great for quick pickles. Okay, so brine into here. Spices can go in. Ooh, we're making a little mess. Let's grab this so I can do it over here. All right. So spices can go in, it's fine. And we want to fill it up so the apples are basically covered.
Okay.
Any extra brine we're going to use again later, so don't throw that out. We are going to use that. All right, siphon is filled and apples are in, lid goes on. This is such a fun technique. You can do so many things. You can make foams with this. You can make cakes using this. All right, so close it up. You got to be safe with this because you are using pressurized gas.
Yeah.
So now in here.
Oh, that's what those things are for.
Yes. This is the cartridge. There were a couple times on MasterChef my nerves were so much that I put this on here before I put the lid on.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not such a good thing. Did you hear that gas going?
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Then you just give it a few shakes.
Okay.
And now when I remove this, you might get a little bit of gas come out, but not much. And I'm going to do it twice because I really want to feel that.
Well, how do you buy these things?
You feel how cold that is?
It's freezing.
Yes, you can buy these at hardware store. You can get these at the restaurant supply store.
This was in there. Okay.
All right, give it another couple shakes. And then what we want to do is we want to release this gas. You cannot just open this up. It's pressurized. That's dangerous, right? So to do that, you just take a container or over the sink, and you can hear that gas coming. All right. You'll be able to feel and hear when it's depressurized. So now
they're pickled?
We open it. You will not be able to open this. Yes, they're pickled. You will not be able to open this if it's pressurized.
Okay.
All right.
So we're in the clear here.
You can see the gas is still kind of working its magic in there. So now we're going to take this. So this is just an extra little step you could do if you had one of these, and dump it right in. Now at this point, you can add the rest of the brine, and ideally you would do, another apple or two to really fill up this beautiful jar, and you end up with these right here.
Okay, so are those done?
These are done.
Can I try one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
One of my other favorite kitchen tools is culinary tweezers. These have so many uses.
Yeah. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's good.
What do you think?
I love it.
Did it infuse? It really infused the flavor. So one thing.
Really good.
So like I was saying, you can serve these with different meats. You can put them on cheese boards. Here I have some little crackers.
It's a really unique way to eat an apple.
Yeah, it's different, right? And it's really fun.
It's good. So good.
It's really yummy. And these, like I said, they'll keep in your fridge for a couple weeks. Try that.
Thank you much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I will. All right, it's as easy as that. And we do have the recipe on our website. That's KTTC.com. Just click Midwest Access. Sherry, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope you like them. This is just a mascarpone.
Oh, perfect.
And also, if you're doing pickled onions, it's basically the same technique. The vinegar, the water, the sugar. I would not use brown sugar. I actually use a little bit less sugar for onions because, again, I like mine really punchy. Okay. So about a tablespoon of granulated sugar.
All right, Sherry, we have to thank you so much. This was delicious. This is so good. I think I'm going to get one of these things. Where is it?
Yes, this is, I mean, it's honestly one of my favorite kitchen tools, really.
Love it, love it. All right, thanks again. We do have to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
It's Amish Days at the Furniture Superstore. Take an extra 20% off sale prices on the best Amish furniture by Daniel's Amish, the largest Amish furniture maker in the country. Pick your style, wood, and finish, plus 20% off. It's Amish Days at the new Furniture Superstore.
Hi, Roger here from Rogers Tree Service. We'd like to thank our customers for another great year. It's going to be a commercial, but I'd like to play for you a song by my son, Marshall Ingham.
Your eyes are so beautiful, even though the colors seem to change. Your smile lights up.
I'd like to invite you to visit our website at www.rogerstreeservice.net to hear the rest of this song, some other songs, and to learn more about Rogers Tree Service. We also process and sell mulch in several different colors. You can pick it up or we can deliver it for you. Wholesale pricing to the public for a limited time, $15 to $35 per cubic yard. For any questions or free estimate, call 280-0453. 280-0453.
We need some help.
I know. I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. And if approved, we can have the money in our account as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
7-day-old tuna casserole.
How'd you know that?
Even my nose is strong.
You need Hefty Ultra Strong. It has Arm & Hammer, continuous odor control. Hefty, Hefty, Hefty. Oh, and Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
It's Amish Days at the Furniture Superstore. Take an extra 20% off sale prices on the best Amish furniture by Daniels Amish, the largest Amish furniture maker in the country. Pick your style, wood, and finish, plus 20% off. It's Amish Days at the new Furniture Superstore.
Today is a monumental challenge.
You guys gotta stop worrying about me, I'm all right.
Nails, late 20s. Wait, I'm out of here. The owner, he was in the pet room. We'll find him.
Which was the owner?
A child's missing and probably being abused right now.
Welcome back to Midwest Access. We are at Lita's Equitation, a horse boarding stable just outside of Rochester.
Yeah, it's right off Highway 52 here in Olmsted County, and we have Lita Perrin with us here now. Lita, tell us a little bit about what's going on, what we'll see here today.
Sure. We have several riders that will be demonstrating some different classes that we offer out here, and you'll be able to meet some of the horses, the lesson horses that are available. We'll have some fun.
And we look forward to it. So we have Nina and Tate right over here with their horses. So who are the horses?
This is Maggie.
Maggie and? This is Ruby. Okay, so they're going to be going through a little bit of a course here. Lito, can you explain what they have going on? And I think one of you can go.
Sure, go ahead, Tate.
Whoever's first.
So Tate is riding one of my lesson horses, and she is doing a timeshare on Ruby, and she's going to do a few obstacles here. She's going to start with a trot serpentine, and then she's going to go around and trot over the poles for us.
So how long does it take to train a horse to do this? It depends?
It depends on how broke they are when we start. So
Sure.
if they've been started and this is just a new class for them, it doesn't take very long if they're pretty good-minded.
So this is something that you can help train the horse and the rider to do here
That's
at
correct,
Lita's?
yes.
Okay.
And then some of the riders will go out and they'll show in these classes, in the trail class. Nina is an example. She's actually dressed in her show clothes.
Oh, I love it. So what is this? She's pivoting?
Ruby just did a pivot for us. Thank you.
Okay, good work. Next up, we have Nina.
Nina's going to lope off on the right lead. She's going to do a pinwheel lope over. So the horses are scored on how they do the lope overs, and penalties are given if they hit any of the poles.
Okay.
She just did a flying lead change there for us, which was kind of fun. Now she's going to go ahead and do the trot over poles.
All right.
So right there, as she just did the trot over poles, that she didn't get penalized.
That's correct.
Right.
Yep. So anytime they touch the poles or if they don't put the correct number of feet in the spaces, there's a penalty given.
How many feet do they need in each section there?
Those trot overs are a one-step trot over, so 1 foot in between each one. And so they are plus if they do it really willingly and on a loose rein like she's displaying here. And she just did a little side pass to get over to
love it.
Ruby.
Awesome. So these guys are pretty advanced. Who can utilize your space out here?
Oh, well, anybody is welcome if they want to come out and take lessons, or if they're interested in doing timeshares, or if they have a horse that possibly needs a little bit of help with training.
Okay.
They're welcome to come on out.
Okay, so let's come over here and let's chat a little bit with Nina and Tate. So first, let's talk to Nina. Is it okay if I pet your horse?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, good. So how long have you been riding?
I've been riding since I was about 5 years old.
Okay,
I'm
so
22 now.
Okay.
So
do you do a lot of competitions?
I do.
Okay.
Yep. Lita takes me to the World Show and some national shows, so we get to go down to Oklahoma pretty frequently.
So how do you get this fancy outfit?
Fun story. I designed this.
Oh.
So I drew it up, and I had a seamstress make it.
Well, you look awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Good horse too. You guys did a great job. What's your
Thank
favorite?
you.
What's your favorite activity to compete in?
That's really tough. Probably anything that has like a pattern or a course.
Okay.
That I can do because I like the concise maneuvers that we have to do.
Anything you're really working on?
Oh, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm working on everything
I can tell by your outfit
all the
you're
time.
a perfectionist.
Yeah, I'm working on everything all the time.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah,
We really
of
appreciate
course.
it. You guys have been a treat. All right over here we have Tate and your father. And what's your dad's name?
Brian.
Brian, okay. Hello, Brian.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. So tell us about your horse and your daughter, and why do you come on out to lead us?
So this is Tate and her sister, actually. Bryn is here with us too, and we've come out here for around the last year to get them some experience riding horses, and she's doing what's called the timeshare option. So,
sure.
So it's a great option to have them come out. They can have formal lessons, but they can also just ride on their own, practice riding without the long-term commitment. So as they figure out how much they're interested
Which
in.
I have not actually heard of when it comes to riding horses, this timeshare option. Can you explain a little bit more about what that is?
Well, it's basically monthly fee, so a fixed monthly fee that covers all of the use of the horse, but also the feeding of the horse and any vet care and all of that. And then a couple of folks will share that horse, and you can take it to shows a certain amount of time. So there's just a whole kind of schedule set out.
Yeah.
But we can generally come in, ride whenever we want with that option.
You guys live in Rochester?
We do. We live in Rochester, so it's just a short drive down here.
Yeah, a good little option for you guys.
So what made you guys get into horse riding?
Well, actually, as the pandemic came around, people were getting bored at home, and we started to look at things that we could do, and my daughters have loved animals overall, and so they just tried it out once and really loved it, and then we've come back ever since. So it's good for them to learn how to be assertive, and particularly Tate and even her younger sister to control a multi-thousand-pound animal and learn those kind of assertiveness skills.
And that's good. You guys live in the city, but you have this option to hang out on the horse. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We need to find Lita one more time over here because she has some more treats in store for us. Tate, thank you so much. All right, what do you have next for us, Lita?
So next I have Candy, my lesson horse, and she's going to be ridden by one of my students, Laura.
Okay.
And this mare is a very special mare. She's very broke and very quiet, and she's just going to demonstrate just some of the things you can do on her.
So you've trained Laura?
Yes, I trained Laura. And Laura, she sold her horse, so she's buying one. So this mare, she's loping and just doing her job, even though Laura doesn't have her hands on the reins. This mare's just on autopilot. She knows her job, and she's very willing.
So how long, you said that she knows her job, so how long does it take a horse to know their job?
Takes a good trainer.
It takes quite a few years to get them this quiet and this broke. So she's also a very special mare just because she's so good-minded, and she's also a good mover. She's very flat in her movement, so she doesn't bounce you around. In fact, this is the horse that you're going to get to ride. So she's going to get off this horse twice and just show you some of the ways that she can do it.
So how did the horse know to stop? Wow, okay. I'm not going to be doing that.
Do you need help getting back on? Can you jump on? And then she's going to go behind the saddle. And this is something that you shouldn't do on very many horses, but this mare is pretty quiet. You kind of use her as a slide there. So.
Love it.
This mare I use for handicapped riders sometimes, or riders that have different fears that they're trying to get over, just because this mare is absolutely solid. We'll have a couple English riders coming out in a bit here, but...
Okay, let's maybe take a quick commercial break, and we'll have more from them here on Midwest Access. When we come back, we'll be right back.
Missed part of our newscast? KTTC has you covered. Download our app on your smart devices and click on demand. No matter where you find your news, KTTC has you covered.
They keep the lights on, our homes powered, but there's a serious shortage of qualified electrical linemen.
We provide power to basically anybody who needs it.
They supply electric power to millions of homes and businesses, but 21,000 lineman jobs this year have gone unfilled, and it's getting worse.
It's an essential job that most people don't really think about until their power goes out.
Watch Tom Overley climb up and shine some light on this profession.
No 2 days are the same, no outage is the same.
Critical Careers, airing tonight on KTTC.
Bertrand Memorials has been helping people find the perfect memorial for their family and loved ones for over 20 years. Bertrand's is moving to a new location and is having a moving and remodeling sale to clear out their stock. Right now is a great time to save on all current inventory. It's never too early to start planning ahead, and now is a perfect time to save on the cost of a personalized memorial during Bertrand Memorial's moving and remodeling sale. Bertrand Memorials, because every life is worth remembering.
KTTC Weather Academy with Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen.
As we creep ever so close to winter, it's time to talk about snowfall. Rochester's average first snowfall is right around November 4th, with the earliest measurable snowfall taking place on September 26, 1942. Over the past 22 years, Rochester's yearly average snowfall is right around 50.7 inches, with the most in 2019 of 86.8 inches of snow.
KTTC Weather Academy.
Brought to you by Louis Donato. Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
The fact is, we use the internet for almost everything we do. Smart cage, speed beaker. So when the internet doesn't work the way it should, you don't work the way you should. That's why more homes and businesses rely on Mediacom. Our fiber-powered network delivers 99.99% reliability. And with 650,000 miles of fiber, we have more paths of connection and more ways to avoid outages. Not all internet is created equal. We build ours for you to rely on.
Text STORM to 51555 and donate to the hurricane relief efforts.
Welcome back. We are still here at Lita's Equitation, and we have Laura standing on Candy.
And Candy's the one you're going to be riding.
Yeah,
so
that's
right.
right.
Are you going to be standing?
I will not.
Not be standing?
I don't think Lita will let me.
I don't know if I can reach you. How are you not scared?
Because I trust her.
She trusts her.
So you trust her. So how often do you stand? How often do you do this trick right here?
As much as I can, I guess.
Now, how do you get down? Can you show us how you get down? Pretty easy. She's slick. She's a lot slicker than I'll be.
Yeah.
So this is such a special horse. How does Candy know when to stop and when you're going to do a trick or dismount?
So she's spur trained, so if you kind of like squeeze your heels into her, she'll stop.
She'll know. Okay, well, you do a really good job. Thanks for chatting with us, and thanks for showing off a little bit. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to do a little flip off the horse or stand up.
Probably not.
So we have Lita right over here again, and Lita, you have more to show.
I do.
Who do you have next?
So I have a couple riders that are going to be riding English, and then I have a couple riders that'll ride Western too. Some younger kids will also join us out here.
Okay, so what's the difference style-wise with English and Western?
English has a different saddle and a different bridle, and the riders wear different attire. So we have Adrena on the paint horse. Adrena, go ahead and trot a circle for us. Yep. Go ahead and trot out. And then, so she's riding English. She has an English saddle on, English bridle, and she's dressed in show clothes.
Okay.
And Adrena did a timeshare on this horse, and now she owns her own horse. Anna is riding her horse that just came in. And this is like the second time she's ridden this horse English. So this is a new horse for her, and she's just getting used to the horse. She typically rides Western. And go ahead, Kinsley and Bryn, go ahead and you guys jog around. So this same gait in Western is called a jog, and these two riders are riding Western. Bryn is one of the sisters of Tate, and she's on the timeshare horse Ruby, and then Kinsley is on her own horse Marvin.
What's your favorite move or trick that you can do, or pattern?
The lope departure.
So tell me a little bit about that. What does that mean?
If you're going on your left lead, you'll take your right leg and squeeze, and it'll move his butt over, and it'll push his shoulder forward, and then you'll end up on that left lead.
So how long have you been riding horses?
About since I was 5, so a couple years now.
So how old are you now?
I'm 12.
12. Dad, you are, I gotta admit, it's brave to ride a horse at 12 years old. Do you like it? How much fun do you have?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
A lot? So what horse do we have here?
This is Oliver. I did not bring my horse today. He's kind of taking a break, but this is Oliver. I took a timeshare on him.
So how long have you rode Oliver? For how many times?
Quite a few.
Quite a few?
Yep.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Lita, we have Kamie riding with Candy.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about what we're doing right now, because I see you have a rope in your hand, and we got Kamie on the saddle, okay. So tell us a little bit about what's going to happen right now.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lunge her on the horse, and she's going to learn how to cue the horse herself so that she'll be capable of going off the lunge line if she would like. So we're going to go ahead and start.
Off the lunge line. Her face doesn't look like she wants it. Well, we're gonna
no,
right?
Candy is the perfect horse.
Okay.
Candy's a great mare.
Okay, so to start her, I'll have you just cluck one time and bounce your legs on her, and she'll go. There you go. And then you can neck rein her by pushing your hand out. There you go. Excellent. And then to stop her, just say ho, pick up your rein. Excellent. And then go ahead and ask her to walk again. And then turn her out a little bit. And then go ahead and let's go into the trot with 2 clucks. You just want to let your seat kind of swing with the horse a little bit. Very good. Excellent.
Kamie, you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you. This is really fun.
All right, so the next gear up is the lope, and the way that you would do that is squeeze with your outside leg and then kiss. She felt the leg and she went before she kissed. She's pretty good.
Smart.
Yep.
Yeah.
And go ahead and kiss again. There you go.
What do you think, Nick?
I think you're doing an excellent job. And you're doing way better.
It's all Candy, but it's really fun.
Now, you want to stand on her or slide on her?
No, I'm good. We'll just save that for Laura.
Save that for Laura.
Lita, we have to thank you so much, and to Candy and all the other riders and the horses. Thanks so much for having us. This has been so much fun. Okay, can I finish by riding off into the sunset? Okay. I'm so bad at it. No, just one time. Yeah, you know what I'm doing. Oh, we don't want to run into them. I know you like Lita, but we got to go over here.
We'll be right back.
Whoa.
KTTC Community Calendar, sponsored by Drury's Furniture.
My kids mean everything to me. Starting a family is a private decision, and the government should butt out of it. Jeff Ettinger agrees it's between a woman and her doctor. But Brad Finstad voted over 60 times to restrict abortion and access to contraception.
Finstad would even make criminals out of doctors who provide abortions. That's just wrong.
And too extreme for Minnesota.
I'm Jeff Ettinger, and I approve this message because I'll be a common sense voice for Southern Minnesota.
Are you tired of being tired because your mattress is saggy and broken down and you can't flip it over? Land of Dreams has the largest selection of two-sided mattresses in the area. A two-sided mattress you can flip will give you a better, more consistent night's sleep for a longer period of time. Most other stores don't even offer two-sided mattresses. Here at Land of Dreams, we believe in giving you more for your money. So don't buy half a mattress. Come to Land of Dreams for a mattress you can flip.
Is your old ride more trick than treat? Steve Johnson here from Zumbrota Ford. My not-so-scary solution means you can have a happy Halloween in a car you love for just $3 down, even if you have skeletons in your closet. My For the People credit approval process ain't just a bunch of hocus pocus. So dress up your driveway with a nicer, newer car for just $3 down. But hurry, this deal's done once I help 187 people. I'm Steve Johnson, your dealer for the people. See all the spooktastic rides at drivezumbrota.com.
My husband was killed.
Who killed him?
The new sheriff. I want you to help me kill him.
This is a risk I'm not willing to take.
I got big plans for this place. Your name?
Abigail. Abigail Walker.
Walker Independence. New series this Thursday at 9/8 Central, only on the CW.
Welcome back to Midwest Access. Well, nature is a staple in southeastern Rochester, southeastern Minnesota, and what better way to embrace nature than with some amazing artwork. Sandy Hokinson and Jackie Bonzi with Quarry Hill are artists that are supporting Quarry Hill at a big event coming up in the Rochester area in December. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
We are excited that you are here. Before we get to the big event coming up, we have to talk about some of this artwork that you brought here, because both of you are very talented and you have some unique artwork. So Sandy, I'll start with you. What did you bring to show?
Well, I brought these two illustrations. It's called digital illustrations. So I draw these birds right on my computer.
Yeah.
So I used to paint traditionally, but I kind of got bored with that. And so I like the design and the graphic details of it.
This is very futuristic of you.
Well,
You're well with the times. Yeah, it is. And you are so talented, because I couldn't really, I mean, looking at it, I'm like, wow, how did you do this? So you do it, what, on your iPad? Or
I do it on a desktop computer.
Okay.
So, and you can use a special pen, or
Sure.
you can use a mouse, and I've done both. And it's really sort of like silk screening. If you know how silk screens are done, where you have a traditional film and you cut out the shape. So every layer is a shape, every color is a shape. And I draw those shapes on my computer, layer them up, and then you flatten it at the end and print it out.
So did you do this one? You did do this
I
one
did do that,
on the flyer.
yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, so talented.
Yep,
So
birds are my thing.
very, very special. Did you do the stained glass, or is this?
This is Jackie.
Okay, this is Jackie. So let's talk about the stained glass first.
All right, my husband Bob and I, we've been doing stained glass for a little over 20 years now. Picture frames obviously is one of our strong points. Sun catchers, larger windows. We love commissions, okay. We love texture. Bob and I are all about texture in glass. And it's been a real adventure for us here in Minnesota. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys from here in Rochester? You do your artwork here in Rochester?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
right out of our home.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
right out of our home. Yeah.
And you do something, too, with gourds.
Birdhouse gourds, primarily for wrens, but we do have a few that are a little bit larger that'll hold a chickadee or a nuthatch.
Okay, so this is very unique, and it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, a raw gourd, if it's grown here in Minnesota, can take a couple years to cure before you scrub off the skin, and then we stain it with a wood stain and coat it with a polyurethane type stain.
So resourceful.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Love it. Very, very, very special, and it really shows your talent. Love
Thank
to
you.
see it. So let's talk about the big event.
Yes.
When is it?
December 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
First weekend in December, which seems like far away, but it's not.
I know.
It's
It'll
coming
creep up. Yep.
fast.
Yep. So what can people expect at the show?
We'll have 10 different artists. Some come back year after year, but we always try to add a couple artists new each year. And a lot of different medias. There'll be your glass, another glass artist. We've got photography, painters, watercolors. We've got a fiber artist, collage, even a sculptor, some ceramic artists. So it's a real mix of things. And each artist is locally from our area. That was important to us. And they're all inspired by nature. So what we really want people to see there is that they can come and talk to the artist, not only see this great art, which is inspired by nature, but also to find out what inspired the artist to create it and share their stories. So I think
Absolutely. So it's a big event. You can check out the details on our website. That's KTTC.com. It's held at the Quarry Hill Nature Center, and a bit of the proceeds goes to Quarry Hill, correct?
To the Friends of Quarry Hill.
Friends of Quarry Hill. And so you can meet some local artists and take in some of the fantastic artwork we have right here in our community. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. Again, more details on our website. That's KTTC.com. It's time for a break. We're going to introduce you to Flower a little bit later on here on Midwest Access. That's Flower. We'll chat more in just a bit.
Get your first alert weather on KTTC.
What, if anything, would you do to change abortion law?
This is on the ballot
It will impact generations to come.
But abortion clearly is not on the ballot in November.
Your vote matters, and KTTC is here for you to make an informed choice during this pivotal election. Governor Tim Walz and Dr. Scott Jensen in an unfiltered perspective on who our next governor should be.
Those are the ways that Minnesota's come together.
And I want us to heal Minnesota.
Watch the entire debate on your streaming device by downloading the KTTC app or visit kttc.com.
Furniture that truly becomes family heirlooms, handmade by skilled Amish craftsmen. This is Amish furniture from Deutsch Furniture Gallery. Now, during our autumn sale, save 30 to 60% off beautiful Amish furniture at Deutsch Furniture Gallery.
Hi, William Shatner here. It's the Medicare annual enrollment period, and this year, it's simple. 1, before the deadline, call the number below. 2, check your zip code for a Medicare Advantage plan with prescriptions, dental care, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. 3, you'll find out what you're eligible for. AEP has a deadline. Call now.
I called to find a plan that covers more of my dental expenses.
I call every year to make sure my doctor is still in my plan.
I called to find a plan with lower copays.
I called to see if my zip code has a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I call every year to make sure my plan's copays didn't go up.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You should too. AEP has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
Call 1-800-478-7400. That's 1-800-478-7400 now.
I'm so proud to call you my son.
Welcome back to Midwest Access. Thanks for joining us. It's time to take a look at weather, and we decided to head outside because it's nice out.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. It's nicer today than it was yesterday, right? And it will continue to progressively get nicer the rest of the week, too. We'll take a look here as we have temperatures across the area right now on our Loosen Out Alive camera. We're currently sitting at 46 degrees. Winds are out of the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. We have feel-like conditions down into the lower 40s. Current temperatures here area-wide, so 46 in Rochester, 45 Mason City. We still have those mid-40s across the area. Friday night lights tonight, final week of the regular season. We have some big games across the area. Here in Rochester will be a cold one, really a cold one all across Minnesota for Austin, Casson, Pine Island, and Caledonia. So some big games coming up tonight. The playoffs starting up next week. So Mark Paulos and crew will have all the highlights coming up tonight at 10. Oh, and Kamie. Yeah, I can't forget. Kamie Roesler will be out too. Good hue in Pine Island for Kamie here tonight. Future track radar, we still have some partly cloudy skies. We do have some sunshine out here on the weather patio. We'll clear those skies out pretty slow. We still have that upper level low that's off to our east. Finally, the high pressure winds out. That will allow some warm temperatures on the way the rest of the week. Temps tomorrow will be fairly seasonal, so we'll start things off in the lower 30s, but then we're back into the mid-50s for those high temperatures tomorrow with some partly sunny skies. 7-day forecast here. I mentioned those warmer temperatures, 67 for the high coming up on Friday. We're at 70 on Saturday, 72 on Sunday. Big change from earlier this week. So some warm temperatures on the way for the upcoming weekend. I'll be right back after this with your Pet of the Week. We'll be right back.
Hi, Roger here from Rogers Tree Service. We'd like to thank our customers for another great year. It's going to be a commercial, but I'd like to play for you a song by my son, Marshall Ingholm.
Your eyes are so beautiful, even though the colors seem to change. Your smile lights up.
I'd like to invite you to visit our website at www.rogerstreeservice.net to hear the rest of this song, some other songs, and to learn more about Rogers Tree Service. We also process and sell mulch in several different colors. You can pick it up or we can deliver it for you. Wholesale pricing to the public for a limited time, $15 to $35 per cubic yard. For any questions or free estimate, call 280-0453. 280-0453.
Rochester, Lapidary Jewelers. If you wanna look good, great style and value, jewelry, gems and stones. We've got everything you need at the Rochester Lapidary Jewelers. Great style and value, Rochester Lapidary Jewelers.
Scott Jensen's agenda would give huge tax breaks to the wealthiest, like himself. To pay for it, he could stick you with higher property taxes, a new sales tax on food and clothing, and steep cuts to our schools.
Do you support more money for public schools or less money?
Less money. I think it's a black hole.
Tim Walz does what's right for Minnesota.
We passed the largest middle-class tax cut in 20 years. Now I'm fighting for more relief for families and to fully fund our schools.
Today is a monumental challenge.
You guys gotta stop worrying about me, am I right? Male, late 20s. Wait,
Come out of here! The owner, he was in the pet room. We'll find him. Which one's the owner?
A child's missing and probably being abused right now.
Welcome back. We have a new friend out here on the weather patio with us. This is Flower. Flower's having a good time. It's a beautiful day out, along with Char, Carrie with Paws and Claws. So what do we know about Flower?
Well, Flower came to us this past May from another rescue group. And she's currently she's a year and 8 months old.
Okay.
And we're saying she's a retriever mix. And so she's been with us a while, so we need to find her a home. She's really a sweet dog. She's pretty selective about the dogs that she will get along with. She's got a couple of pals at the shelter that she plays with very nicely, but what we're recommending is that if someone is interested in her and has a dog, that they come in with their dog when it's time to see her and see how they get along. She's spayed, and she just is really, I think she likes people actually better than other animals. They say don't put her near cats. She isn't a cat person.
Okay.
And so she needs a little work walking on a leash. She's a little bit pulley. And, when you walk your dog, you want to kind of have an enjoyable experience. You don't want your arm to come out of the socket. So she needs a little work, but she's doing better. But we just love her. She's a sweetheart, and she's going to make somebody a nice companion.
Okay, yeah. When you brought her in, Missy, I know, greeted you, and she's like, oh, they have a sturdy dog with them today. She doesn't
miss too many meals.
No, but she's a very pretty dog, and she's, maybe she needs a little bit of training, but she's doing really well right now with us.
She's been very patient.
Love it.
So she just kind of demonstrates that she is a pretty girl. She's got beautiful brown eyes. It just melts your heart, these brown eyes.
So Flower needs a forever home. If you'd like to give Flower a forever home, you can go to our website. That's KTTC.com. We have the link right there to our Pet of the Week, Flower. And you can just go visit Paws and Claws and maybe bring your dog with you if you have another dog with you.
When they have them fill out an application and make an appointment, and then they can come in and meet the dog and proceed from there.
All right, Char and Flower. Thank you so much, Char. We appreciate it. All right, we do have to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Attention. Did you or a loved one live at or near the Marine base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina before 1988? For decades, Marines at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause illnesses, especially later in life. A new law was recently signed by President Joe Biden that set aside billions of dollars for families of those who lived at or near Camp Lejeune. If you or a family member lived at Camp Lejeune before 1988, you may be entitled to financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past by the VA, a new law allows you to refile your claim today. If you, your husband, father, or grandfather spend time at Camp Lejeune while in the Marines, call Sutton Gates right now to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-600-3222.
That's 1-800-600-3222.
KTTC Weather Academy with Chief Meteorologist Nick Jensen.
The strongest part of a hurricane is the eye wall, but did you know the right side of a hurricane is actually stronger than the left? Meteorologists divide a hurricane into 4 separate quadrants, with the right front quadrant tending to be the strongest. This happens because of the counterclockwise rotation and the storm motion of a hurricane. The right front quadrant normally produces the strongest winds and the biggest storm surges.
KTTC Weather Academy.
Brought to you by Louis Donato.
Seven-day-old tuna casserole.
How'd you know that?
Even my nose is strong. You need Hefty Ultra Strong. It has Arm & Hammer, continuous odor control. Hefty, Hefty, Hefty. Oh, and Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
All right, we actually didn't get to our question of the day, but we have a question of the day, and people have weighed in on Facebook. So let's quickly take a look at what today's question was. On average, how much of a child's Halloween candy haul do parents keep for themselves?
So we're going to do percentages, or are we doing like how? Percentages. I'll say 75%.
Oh, this is a fancy answer. 58% take 10%,
okay,
and 24% of parents take 25%. So there is some taking of that Halloween candy from their children. We say thanks to everyone who commented on our Facebook page. That's all from us for today. So we'll see you again tomorrow. We hope you have a great afternoon and evening.
See you at 5.